While I was growing up, I always enjoyed watching my father painting. Starting on with putting a CD with classical music that he loved, choosing a right size of the canvas, arranging the model in front of him, and only then starting to paint. I remember vividly how he carefully picked which brush to take, which color tone to squeeze from the tube, and how to mix them on palette. But his process of painting didn't end or begin only with sitting in front of the canvas and carefully starting a new work. It involved a lot of earlier preparation that the people around looking at the finished art piece couldn't see or know. Every summer, my father would have spent a few weeks preparing canvases for the next year. He would spread the linen textile on the floor of our weekend house, cut it with special scissors, stretch them on wooden frames, and then start priming and preparing the canvases for painting. This process would take several days, because the canvases needed to dry in the meanwhile and be primed again. I remember how my dad felt fulfilled and happy while watching the canvases dry on the stony balcony of our weekend place. His eyes would glow, he would make jokes, laugh with my mom, and just be present and enjoy the results of hard work. Of course, he could have gone to a store with art supplies, buy the prepared canvases, and spare himself from the hard work. But that was not the point. It was hard, but my dad enjoyed every moment of it, every little success on the way, visualizing all the time what is he going to paint on those blank canvases. He was enjoying the process and also preparing his mind for success while taking and appreciating step by step. For him, it was also of huge value to prepare the canvases by himself, because only like that he could know how exactly are they primed. I didn't understand it quite back then, but for my father, those were the moments when he would distress from the world by doing things that he loves and enjoys the most, consciously and intentionally. Those simple joys were the one who held him in the present and brought him everyday awareness of being more mindful and peaceful. Those activities were also in alignment with what matters to him the most, and not what the society thinks that he should do. Slow living is not something that was just invented a few years ago. The beginning of the slow movement happened in the 80s, but the lifestyle itself exists since long time. Just remember your grandparents, or even your parents, and think about how would they spend their day? How would they lead their daily activities? How focused, present and distressed your grandma would look while knitting your winter pullover. Or how mindful and careful would your grandpa plant the tomatoes in the garden, water them every evening, and observe them how they grow. Even though it is so hard for us to imagine how was life working back then without all the technology that helps us nowadays in everyday tasks, it still looked so much more grounded and relaxed in the past. But can it not be like that now? There is no one single way of slowing down, or one definition how to lead a slow life that is more balanced. The main idea of slow living is about letting go of all pointless tasks, activities, and things that don't matter for us, but are stuck in our mind as a model of successful, productive, and happy life that is represented by the social ideas and trends of 21st century. No matter if it is about food, travel, career path, or even free time, it is about being more intentional with our everyday activities doing them more conscious, aligned with our own values and recognizing what matters to us. It is about going back to basics, detaching from so many material things that we think we need in order to be happy, and bringing back more balance into our days by leading more mindful, simple life and reconnecting again with ourselves, nature, and others around us. This doesn't mean that you should stop having goals in your life, ditch all the technology that you have, or become lazy and unmotivated. It also doesn't mean that you have to move to a village, start growing your own food and stitching your own clothes. On the contrary, slow living lifestyle is possible everywhere and anywhere. It is about the mindset that everything what we do should be aligned with our own beliefs and reconnecting with things that are important to us, things that we are passionate about and that we want to prioritize, like family, relationships, health, personal development, creative work. It is about being grateful and appreciating what we already have and enjoying the process of simple everyday tasks. There are many slow living practices to start with, while introducing more mindful and peaceful activities into our everyday life. The most important one, from my experience, would be starting to meditate daily, at least 5 minutes at the beginning. Meditation helps us think clearer and see things as they are, not as we imagine them. If it is hard for you to sit down and meditate, try just to sit in the silence and concentrate on your senses. What do you hear, smell, touch? Another easy one would be to be more aware of how much time we spend while using our technology devices, like smartphone, TV, or laptop. Although technology brought to us so many good things, like being able to speak with friends and family far away, sometimes we just rely on it too much. It can also drain our energy and actually take away from our free time that we would maybe otherwise spend wisely and differently. So, try limiting slowly your time that you spend with your phone and concentrate more on the slowing down, relaxing, listening, communicating, observing. Then, try to make space during your day for things that you love, like reading, cooking, creating, walking. Remember some of your hobbies that you enjoy to do and that brought you calmness and happiness. Bring back some fun, play, excitement, and laugh into your day. Stop multitasking. Although we think that doing more things at once makes us more productive, the research has showed that it is the opposite. Doing many things at once can be very stressful. Try instead slowing down and immersing into one particular activity only. Put all your focus and intention in it and wake up all your senses. Try to feel as present as possible, and you will see that you do have enough time for everything, but you need to prioritize what is really essential and what not. Very crucial part when it comes to living more mindful, simple, balanced, and intentional is learning to say no to things that you don't agree with and start putting boundaries. You will never be able to make everyone happy, so just stop trying it and focus on your own well-being. Love and peace have to come from within you, so start cultivating that inner peace, and only then you can spread it outside. If you try to fulfill everyone else's expectations, you will never be your true self. If spending a day with your friends make you feel drained or less worth, then they are not your true friends. And don't forget, my friend, It is about little steps and changes that we introduce in life that leads us to benefits like long-lasting happiness. Make a small goal, stick to it, and enjoy the day. Rainy or sunny, it is yours.